I think one thing I've learned is just have so much grace and compassion. As an educator specifically, it has taught me to have really clear expectations, uh, utilize a schedule, and having empathy, not just sympathy. Um, I think another thing is that it's all just a matter of perspective. Everything is a matter of perspective, regardless if the individual is autistic, if they have Down syndrome, or doesn't have a disability at all. Everyone views the world and each situation differently. So I just think understanding that everything is a matter of perspective is really important.
What I've learned by knowing someone with autism, or what it has actually taught me, is patience, as well as acceptance. What I've learned from my sister is they truly just want to be accepted and liked.
I'd say education and advocacy. It's not easy, and not everyone understands what a parent of an autistic child goes through. The emotional roller coaster they are on is something that no one can comprehend.
Relationships with individuals with autism, as well as those that have autism, having relationships with other is it's huge. It's key. It's again going back to that acceptance and how that's what they want. And what we've experienced, or what I've experienced, is that relationship um, is key. They tend to bond maybe with specific people versus a lot. Um, but I can remember one time asking my sister why she liked Carol, who was a classmate of mine, who was a friend, and now has seen her at many games, our kids' games. And I will ask Carrie, my sister with autism, why do you like Carol? And her answer is just clear: because Carol likes me. So, you know, relationships are key, in my opinion, with individuals that have autism, and having that special bond and can make that individual, um, have that desire to continue a relationship in a positive manner.
In my experiences, the students I worked with who are autistic thrive on the consistency and support of the relationships they have. So becoming someone that they can trust might be a little more difficult. Um, but I think once you are let into their heart and they trust you, they really rely on you and depend on that support.
Over the years, we've watched the most unusual relationships develop between our daughter and an elderly woman. It's as if they have a sixth sense about people that need their friendship. She also has a special relationship with her nieces and nephews and siblings. She develops a bond with people that come into her life. Sometimes she can be quite possessive of those individuals.
I talked earlier about how I worked at River Hills, and I had this student, and he got very anxious in the hallways and with loud noises, and um, he really wanted the support of another person in the hallway, and he really liked to wear these headphones to block out the noise. Um, so in my time there last summer, he went from really relying on support from an individual and his headphones in the hallways to walking down the hallways by himself without his headphones, even. So I would say that was definitely some extreme growth within himself.
What I've experienced with the individual's growth within themselves by having autism would definitely be in the verbal aspect. If I look at my sister, who is now 33, as she has continued to grow and mature, in a sense, she's able to communicate more. Um, a few years back, she started taking Alzheimer's medicine, and I believe that really truly triggered something. She was able to communicate more. So, she sometimes talks in third person, but she has a growth where she actually has communicated to more folks if we're in a crowd. She loves sports and she loves to support her nieces and nephews in sports. So she has definitely matured, grew. The older she gets, I just see that she is able to communicate more with the family, and yeah, it's fun.
I have to say yes. Going from being basically nonverbal to a genuine chatterbox, and her memory skills have grown so much. Oh, the first thing that comes to mind is how her niece and nephew have always welcomed her attention in any events that they're involved in. She always wanted to be a part of whatever they were doing, and they accepted her along with their friends. It's been amazing.
So I think going back to my student at River Hills, who overcome his fear of being in the hallways in the loud noises, I think he just grew so much in such a short time. Um, and it was just really inspirational to see that and be a part of that situation and how he was just able to overcome and face his fear. Um, and he just is really thriving. So it was really, really inspirational.
The most inspiring moment I've had with Carrie, my sister who has autism, is many years we would talk in the evenings, or she would call, and a lot of times she'd talk in third person. And um, at the end of the conversation, I would always say, goodbye, Carrie, love you. And she would never say anything back. And then one day, at the end of a conversation, I said again, all right, goodbye, Carrie, love you. And she said, I love you back.